Welcome again to another edition of Cleaning Business TV. We are so happy that you've come to join us again as we discuss an amazing, revolutionary topic again. That's what we're going to do today. I'm David
It's always
Luke.
scintillating.
It is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, we make some great videos.
The feedback we get, is just as amazing. See, people can't wait for these next.
They can't
episodes.
wait.
Yeah.
I'm David Luke, Vice President of Operations for Two Maids and a Mop, and with me as always is...
Ron Holt, CEO and founder of Two Maids and a Mop.
Today we're going to be talking about how to get great customers who love your cleaning business. That sounds idyllic, or even that's not possible to actually get great customers. There's no way that you can pre-screen customers in order to get great ones. There's no way that you can, from that initial phone call, that you can get customers who are going to love your cleaning business. I beg to differ. I actually think there is a way to get great customers who love your cleaning business. So the first thing is understanding who you're selling to. You need to understand your customers more than anything else. If you just use marketing strategies that are not going to attract to your customers and your base or your market that you're trying to hit, you're going to miss your great customers, because your great customer could be different than somebody else's great customer. In our industry, we know exactly who our great customers are. We know the demographic. We know the makeup. We know all about them before they ever call us. We know who we're selling to. And we need to be able to communicate to them effectively. We need to be able to market to them effectively. We need to be able to sell to them effectively. And that leads us to the first rule. The first rule of communication between you and a great customer is...
Talk.
Yeah, no, that's not. That is not the first rule of good communication.
What is it?
Well, the first rule of good communication is listening.
Oh.
You need to be able to listen to your customers. If you understand your niche, you understand your market, you need to be able to listen to your customers. How do you do that? How do you listen to your customers before you ever get them? You can listen to your customers, you can listen to them on Facebook. You can listen to them in conversations they're having with friends. You can listen to your customers before they ever hit your door, because you're going to hear things from them. You're going to hear their needs. You're going to hear their wants. You're going to hear what they're looking for in a cleaning business. You're going to hear, what they like or what they dislike about their current house cleaning they have, or about their current lady they have, or about their current man they have cleaning their home. You're going to find out, little details. And that's what we did early on. We listened to the customers to find out what they really wanted out of a cleaning service.
David, hopefully I'm not invading your personal space here, but David, a few months ago, I guess now, was out locally at a movie theater. And this is your story, so you may want to tell it. But he and his wife were out and met a current customer of Two Maids and a Mop in Birmingham, Alabama, and really freaked out this lady, because he not only told her everything about her personal life, but he also told her why she hired us. And she was really freaked out. Tell more about that.
Yeah, I was sitting by her, and we were just talking about what we did, and I said, okay, well, I'm the vice president for Two Maids and a Mop. You may have never heard about it. I don't know. She said, oh, no, I've heard about you. I actually have your service. And I said, really? You have our service? She said, yes. And then right off the bat, I said, oh, well, I can tell you some things about yourself. And I went through our list, our basically pre-screeners. You're married, you're 2 kids, you name it. I could tell her all these different details about her, and she was like, wait a minute. How did you... And this was the first time we met, so she was just blown away that I knew stuff about her, and I also knew what she looked for in a cleaner. And then we were able to hit the home run right off the bat. So she said, I love you guys, because you knew all that stuff about me before you ever even hit my home.
And it did scare her a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, yes, it did scare her. But listening is a huge tool you use. The second part of that is listening before you get that interaction, that first interaction. You need to be able to listen when you actually meet that customer. When you go into the home, when you on the phone with them, you need to be able to listen effectively at all times. You know what?
What?
What
are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Listening. Again, listening is the first rule of communication.
So it's hard for me to listen.
Yeah, sometimes. But listening is huge. You know what? 80% of communication is done through. Is it done through words? 80% of communication is done through, any guesses? It's done through body language. Whenever you meet a customer for the first time, that is a major tool in finding their needs, kind of how they're feeling, if they're actually listening to you, right? As you're talking, is the customer doing this? Are they turning around? Are they paying any attention to you? Are they crossing their arms and resistant to whatever you're saying? These are all amazing tools you need to know, and it's a huge effective tool in communication. And if you're listening effectively before they get to you and when they get to you, if you're listening effectively, you can find those great customers. Because why? Because you find their needs, you find their desires, you find exactly what they're looking for, and you're able to meet that. So that's what listening. Not only do they communicate through body language, they're going to communicate through what they say. They're going to say things like, in this room in my home I don't like cleaned, or the previous maid I had, they did this and I hated it. You need to make sure you're listening to that. You need to be attentive. You need to be looking right at them. You need to be even taking notes on what they like and what they don't like. That's how you get great customers, because they understand that you have a vested interest, because you're listening to them and you want to meet their expectations. Let me help you with that too. Go ahead. You can jump in here, but
yeah. Well, I was going to go ahead and move. I wasn't listening, so I was going to move on to the second step.
Which is what?
Well, I think we can kind of boil this down to two phases.
Yeah.
There's probably more than that, but there's two major phases. 1A, 1B. 1A is know your customer base and listen to your customer base, and we just talked about that. But a second phase is, and this sort of kind of works together with the first one, is to create sort of a tribe around your customer base. Now, Seth Godin is one of our favorite authors and has written on a lot of topics regarding marketing and business in general. But one of the most recent books he published is called, are you listening?
Purple Cow? Tribes?
Tribes.
Which one?
It's Tribes. It's Tribes.
There we go.
And, so we're a little bit stealing this idea, but Seth we asked for him to be a part of this, but apparently he's a little bit too busy for Cleaning Business Team.
Well, we didn't really get him.
No, he wasn't listening.
Numerous phone calls, he didn't listen.
But the premise behind this, and by the way, yes, read it if you can get a chance. Take some time. It's a real short book. It basically says your business has to have a sect. It has to have a tribe of a customer base in order for that customer base to truly appreciate and love your business. And there's a lot of examples of industries and businesses out there. I'm sure you're familiar with Tom's shoes.
Right.
David loves Tom's shoes.
One for
Are you
one.
wearing Tom's shoes?
No, I'm not wearing Tom's shoes.
But people love that brand. They buy it religiously, and I'm not going to say anything negative, but it's just a shoe, right? It's just another shoe. Mm-hmm. But there's a real reason for people are so loyal to that business, and as a result, there's a tribe around that. We could talk about some general things like boating. People love the water. And
boaters are a tribe.
They are.
My dad's a boater, and they are a close-knit tribe.
Mm-hmm. So, and we could go on and on and on, and again, go out there and read the book. And
Apple users.
Drive by an Apple store, and you're going to do two things are going to come to mind. One, you're really old.
Right.
And then two, those folks love Apple products.
Right. If you try to sell Android or PC to an Apple user, you can forget it.
Right. So, some businesses do this sort of accidentally, and it just works for them. But most businesses, whether you know this or not, are actually doing all this on purpose, because they're trying to create a sense of loyalty or tribe within their customer base that allows them to truly love that business. And David, when we first started talking about this, he used the word love and alluded to the fact that might seem ideal, almost crazy. But we believe our customers do love us. 100% don't. It's
what?
100% don't love Apple or boating.
It's unbelievable.
But for the most part, our customers really have a sense of loyalty to us because number one, we knew who they were before they even knew us.
Right.
We knew why they wanted to hire a cleaning business, and then once they're inside of our business, we give them all sorts of things to keep them involved and engaged in our business. In other words, creating a tribe mentality. So I think it really boils down to those two things.
Sure.
And you could go on and on and on. But for us, it's simply those two things. Know who you're talking to, and then create a tribe around each one of those. And we didn't give you the recipe, obviously, today. We just gave you the building blocks for that. Maybe the ABCs of how to create that love mentality or love relationship. But you can do it. Nobody gave us this example. Reading Tribes is not even going to give you the exact recipe how to create a tribe for your customer base. Following Apple is not going to do that either, or listening to us. You're going to have to look inside your business, inside your industry, and determine how can you create that tribe mentality. And it starts with first just knowing who your customer base is going to be.
That's right. Listening to them, knowing what makes them tick, and then putting them in a tribe together with other people that really will become a staunch defender of your business, that love you above all the others. That's how you get great customers.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a customer of ours out there and we see you out in public, don't get too freaked out that we know so much about your personal life. That's all part of the plan.
That's right.
So hopefully you've learned a lot today, and we'll see you again in 7 days.
All right. Have a good day.